Kia ora everyone, we now have official confirmation on sets from LEGO Fortnite. If I take a moment to just reflect real quick, I think I remember people talking about this hopefully being a reality way back in 2018, 2019. This thing has been talked about for the past 6 to 7 years now. Really, because this didn't happen around the 2020 time frame, I think we all just collectively agreed it wasn't going to happen, and here we are. Who would have thought? There are 4 sets to cover here today. I have positive and negative opinions on all of these sets. There are timestamps down below for those who want to just jump around, and afterwards we'll talk about the possible future for this theme. These 4 LEGO Fortnite sets all release in October of 2024, so right around time for the holiday season, and the word on the street is that these will be a store exclusive at first, and then they will become widely available in all retailers come January 2025. So the first set here is set 77070, the Durrr Burger. Okay, 193 pieces, and it retails for 15 USD, so looking at around 25 to 35 NZD. This little logo thing has been in the game since the very beginning, even during the Save the World era of Fortnite. I can see the general idea here, but realistically speaking, this isn't even one of the first 50 things that I think of if I think about Fortnite's iconography. The set also doesn't contain any minifigures either, so I really wonder what the appeal is here. This could be something that does well in retrospect once we get more sets in the future, if we get some figures that could kind of go alongside this as a little display piece, but it's a hard pass from me at this point in time. The next set here is set 77071, Loot Llama. This thing has 691 pieces in total, and it retails for 40 USD, so close to 60 to 80 NZD. That price per piece number seems fine, though I'd like to see what the size of this is in person. The set is a pretty solid idea. We had that little polybag one that released sometime last year to tie in with the release of LEGO Fortnite the game. This is the ideal brick build design. I'm someone who did frequent Save the World back in the day, and that game mode did feature the loot llamas everywhere. The design is pretty perfect. It helps that llama is already looking brick-like in the game. Pros and cons here, the set features some really nice looking loot pieces. We've got some shields and some weapons, some resources, a grapple gun, some back bling too. The con here is that all of these pieces appear to be pretty accurate in scale for minifigures, and yet none are included here in the set. I wish we got to see some of those Save the World type launch characters here to make the set a bit more appealing to the masses. I can still see this one being a decent enough seller though. The next set here is quite a strange one, unique but very questionable. 77072 buildable Peely Bone, pretty big in scale here, jumping up to 1414 pieces and retailing for 100 USD, which is 167 NZD. I'm assuming this will be somewhere between 180 to $200 then. This is an 18 plus display model of Peely Bone, one of the many skins in Fortnite. And it's a very strange build. It's a very specific design that's been chosen here, and again, not one that I immediately think of. I don't even know if it's a very popular variant of Peely or not. I think there are just so many other character skins that many people would have preferred over this one. But part of the appeal here and why I think LEGO chose it is that banana design. A human character would have been far too difficult to get right in this kind of an aspect. No minifigure included again, which is interesting, especially once we cover the next set that does feature figures. It looks like he features a tile of the logo there. It's not a stickered print, which is nice. I think that this set does appeal to a very specific group of Fortnite fans here, but I don't imagine a lot of people are going to be jumping for this one. The next set here I'm predicting is going to be a huge seller in the toy market come the holiday season. It is also the only set that I plan on buying, and I'm even considering a day one purchase. Set 77073, the Battle Bus, containing 954 pieces, and it retails for 100 USD, the same price as that Peely one, looking to be around $180 to 200 NZD. It is crazy that LEGO will release 2 sets in the same wave, one of them featuring over 400 more pieces than the other set, but charging the exact same price. And craziest part is, I'm definitely going to be buying the one with less pieces. This is exactly what I was wanting when I heard that LEGO Fortnite could be a reality. It's exactly what everyone else wanted to see here too. It is pretty hard spending that type of money on toys, I agree, but at this stage, I'm happy because it does seem to be a one and done kind of set. It makes it a bit easier for me to purchase that thing. And none of this would be possible either if it wasn't for the support that I received from you watching this video, so thank you, I greatly appreciate it. The Battle Bus here features 9 exclusive minifigures, and these are not the figures I think many people were expecting. I assumed pretty early on if they made sets that they would be focusing on newer characters rather than the older ones. It looks like we have a pretty decent mix here, but there's a lot of famous beloved skins that are missing. The Battle Bus here can can open at the roof, and the figures all appear to be seated inside. It looks like all 9 minifigures can fit there too. Our minifigures here are Trespasser Elite, Battalion Brawler, who is basically the Jonesy skin, one of the earliest protagonists from the game, and the only one that I was really interested in seeing if they included him. I'll count that as a win then. Cuddle Team Leader, which just makes sense from a marketing point of view. I feel like that design is pretty well known even to people who don't play Fortnite. Cube Assassin, Bright Bomber, another popular character skin, and the face of the LEGO Fortnite game really, so makes sense that she's here. Adventure Peely, a Peely skin variant, and like I mentioned, interesting to see that we do get a Peely figure here and not in the Peely set. Raven is also included here, Meowsicles the Muscle Cat, another favorite skin, and finally Drift, and I think this is probably the skin that I have the most personal attachment to because this was the peak of me playing Fortnite back in the day. And overall, I'm feeling pretty satisfied with the minifigures here. 9 figures being included here is a good win, like even the Star Wars set seem to be skimping out on the minifigure inclusions these days, so this has me pretty excited. The favorites for me here are Battalion Brawler and Bright Bomber, since in my eyes those are the poster children for the game, and part of the first things that I personally think of when it comes to Fortnite and their original characters. The obvious favorites here for me as well are Cuddle Team Leader, Peely, Meowsicles, and Drift. I like these figures' inclusion for the most part then. We got some weird figures and that's what mattered the most to me. And one thing I thought worth mentioning here is that it doesn't seem to be advertised as a LEGO set based on LEGO Fortnite. Given that it is the Battle Bus, we assume that this is a LEGO set based on Fortnite Battle Royale, a completely different game mode and the most popular game mode out of all of Fortnite. And I think that is worth mentioning because similar to LEGO Fortnite the game, the set does not include any firearms for their characters, unless they're just not on the box and they're actually hidden on the inside. I was hoping to see some really cool great brick built weapons here. For those who don't know, LEGO did make Overwatch sets quite a few years ago now, and all of those figures used massive brick built weapons that looked very cartoony and very goofy, and I absolutely adored them. The idea and the execution worked incredibly well for me, and I do think I'm in the minority on that. It was a much better and unique design for me than using standard weapons, and it made it feel a bit more kid-friendly. Fortnite the game, while appearing cartoon-like and targeting children, it does still use real-life looking weapons, but styled in a cartoony way. The shotguns do still look like shotguns, the rifles look like rifles, they look very similar to Call of Duty just with a different kind of filter over it. I think LEGO might have a thing against that kind of stylization, so it isn't surprising to see that rifles and firearms are not included in this set. Worse than that in my eyes though, it doesn't seem like we have any cool little gliders. I want to see some really fun inclusions here, but I think I'll have to wait for some custom ideas to be released instead. I also want to see some differences in the pickaxe designs. It looks like all these guys just use the same default one. The figure selection isn't too surprising, those characters are showcased in the trailer for the game LEGO Fortnite, except one of them does seem to be absent from the set. Fishstick, who I think is one of the more recent characters out of all of the ones included in the set, but he is also already a very popular character online. There's plenty of other missing fan favorite characters, and the lack of gliders leads me to think that they're not finished with the theme yet. I'm imagining we will be seeing some more from this license in the future, and part of the releases I believe will be a CMF series like everyone has wanted for years now. If we can't have weapons, I would love to see some gliders and different pickaxes then. That standard LEGO pickaxe is old, it's boring, it's very outdated, and I want to see some interesting unique designs. I'm expecting characters in the future like Skull Trooper, Omega, Raptor, and just so many more. So it's a pretty interesting wave to be releasing. I'm immediately on board here because personally with the cost of living crisis and everything else going on in my life that I need to be worrying about, it's nice seeing a full wave of sets and only being interested in one of the 4. It just feels a bit more manageable for me and my personal situation to aim for just one of those sets releasing. There's plenty of other LEGO sets across different themes releasing that interest me, and I'm still more eager on things like the sail barge until we see pictures of course and Jaws, but this set is pretty high up there after those sets. I really do expect to see more sets of LEGO Fortnite in the future, simply going on the basis of other LEGO video game related themes we've seen lately. Mario, Sonic, Animal Crossing, they all release with more sets later down the line, so it would be nice to see some more here, and immediately LEGO are opening their wave with a LEGO 18+ adult set, which only has me thinking, what could we possibly see from that in the future? Like imagine a LEGO Tilted Towers that's a modular building. What are your thoughts on all of this? You should let me know down below. Liking the video and subscribing to this channel does help to support more videos like this in the future. Thank you very much for watching everyone. I hope to see you all next time.